What's up, everybody? So today's the day. The podcast is launched. It's live. But this is so important that I communicate what it is that I just feel like may not be so obvious. It was back in October of 2021 that I was at Elijah Desmond's conference, Mazasi. And it was just in one of the back, walkways in the hotel where I passed Doc Hoffpauir. And he just came off a panel, and I don't remember what it was, but it was a panel of 4 or 5 different people. And just super quick as I'm passing him, I'm like, Doc, seriously, that was amazing. Like, really, I love what you said. Some of the things were super insightful. Just the presence you had. And right after I said that, or kind of as I'm finishing, he's like, oh, wow, great job kissing my ass. And I remember it just stopped me in my place. And this is 100%, I want you to know, like, to honor Doc Hoff for actually having just that, to be a straight shooter. I don't know if anyone had actually told me that in that way before. And it was a really, really, really memorable moment for me, because right away I just stopped and I was like, it's actually like, I'm not. I honestly have an amazing brother and sister that are amazing at everything. They're 13 months older than me, and I grew up seeing them just be excellent. I grew up seeing my brother be prom king, play on varsity as a freshman. My brother and sister, they're both models. Teachers loved them. They were like the cool kids. And to say I kind of grew up in their shadow was, that's not like an overstatement. Like, they were just amazing. And in the midst of them being amazing, my parents still somehow convinced me that I was special. They still convinced me that there was like a place for me, So I didn't realize the gift they had given me was that I actually love celebrating other people's strengths. And that's exactly what I told Doc. I was like, Doc, honestly, this is like as real as it gets. And I shared that with him, and I think I actually started tearing up when I was talking about my brother and sister. And he stopped and looked at me, and in the same exact like serious and like somber tone was like, he apologized. He's like, man, I'm really sorry. Like, I didn't know that. And it was such an amazing moment for me for so many different reasons. First off, I don't think I realized how people don't always know you. They don't always know where you're coming from. They don't know why you think the way you think, why you come across the way you come across. And I think as much as possible, we want to own how we come across, right? We want to own and try to align so that people's experience of us actually matches like our authentic selves, right? I don't think I realized I could come across as inauthentic or flattering in that expression of myself. I didn't know. So I'm saying this because in this podcast, the very first episode I did, actually maybe it was the second episode I did, I remember afterwards I was like, hey, how was that for you? I was talking to one of my guests, and they're like, wow, you sure know how to flatter, Sean. And right away I was like, oh my gosh, I realized I probably need to give like a preface to why it can come across as flattery. But I realized I only understood half of the equation, right? So one half of the equation is what I shared. I had an amazing brother. He's still amazing. I have an amazing sister, Michael and Amber. I love them. They're amazing. Like, my brother's like my best friend. They're just amazing people, right? And I was sometimes the annoying friend to my friends at my brother's football games, being like, oh my God, my brother's like the best. You don't understand. Like, he's ripped. He's got a 6-pack. And he's like, 15 years old. Like, I was just the biggest fanboy. And I remember my friend being like, look, your brother is not like a god. And I'm thinking, like, isn't he? Like, he kind of is, isn't he? So it was so easy for me to just love celebrating people and their strengths. But number two, and this is what I haven't shared before, and it actually just came to me this morning. And that is, I need to share with you guys, like, the old Zayas family tradition that has helped me to be who I am and to communicate the way I communicate. And I don't know how early on this started. Maybe I was 8, maybe I was 9, I don't know. But every single birthday, my parents at the party, and this is not with friends, this is afterwards, just with the family around the table at dinner time. You know, we do gifts, we do everything that normal families do. And then my mom or dad would lead and say, now what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table. I'm only getting emotional right now because, you know, for those of you guys that know me, like, my mom's not with us anymore, right? So, like, thinking about something she did that was so beautiful, like, okay. So we'd go around the table and people would just share what is it that they liked about the person whose birthday it was. So from a young age, you know, we would just get used to, like, oh, it's Michael's birthday, it's my mom's birthday. Let's you know, what I really love about Michael is, and we would do that. We would just think about what's beautiful, what's honoring, what's special. And we started incorporating this whenever we'd be around our friends. Like, if it was their week of their birthday, we're like, hey, we'd love to celebrate you. And we even brought it into our culture at work. And you know how many employees that worked with us over the years would say, like, that's the one thing I miss, is that you guys would celebrate me on my birthday in such a beautiful way, and that no one's ever, like, spoken things like that about me. And it's still something we do to honor my mom 4+ years after her passing. So why am I sharing this with you guys? I'm sharing this with you because I am finally able to talk about the amazing people that I had the pleasure of interviewing on my podcast. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to be obnoxious, not shutting up about what makes them special, what makes them unique, what it was that moved me or excited me or fascinated me about the interview. And I guess people are probably still going to say, oh, he just flatters. And that's okay. But I just wanted to lay the foundation and share a little bit about, like, why I'm this way. You never know what's going to hit you. You know, something about, like, maybe it's the context of a live video where it just feels like, I don't know, more vulnerable. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I was up till 4:40 last night just trying to cross the T's and dot the I's, and maybe I don't know what it is. But either way, I hope this encourages or inspires somebody and touches somebody. But yeah, that is why I am the way that I am. That's why I love leading with honor. I love calling forth and just getting to, like, magnify and share what it is that makes people awesome. Like, people are freaking amazing, especially when they're like discovering who they are, right? You know, when they're dancing to the music in their head, when they're just comfortable in their own skin, stepping up, stepping out, being who they are. And I love that. And I'm so thankful and so grateful that I got to interview so many amazing people in dentistry and share a little bit about their story. And I am going to keep going on and talking about how awesome they are, not to put them on a pedestal. If anything, if you listen to the episodes, if anything, they humanize people, because I love the story of struggle. I love the story of struggle. I love the story of when we fell flat on our face, when we tried to endeavor to do something and then it just didn't work? How do people get back up? How do they get back on the horse? You know, what is it about the struggle that allows people to be resilient, right? So, yeah, it's going to be great. I just want to let you know, be generous with the honor that you give. Be generous with the honest appreciation and acknowledgement that you can share to those people in your life. I think it can make a big difference. So anyway, you're going to be hearing from me a lot. So this is just, this is number one. All right, peace out, guys.